The nature of reality, what exists and how do we know? The nature of reality is a confusing nature. Long story short, it's a pretty long story. Argument can be made that nothing really exists and life isn't real as we know it. How do we know like these daily routines that we manage are all nonfiction? How do we know that this isn't real or is real? In moments of adversity, we tend to question, why me? Is that a sign that we as humans are weak, or we as humans are not made to undergo such stress and complexities of emotion and thought? Was our intelligence a mistake of evolution? Everything in our daily life that we see, smell, touch, feel, and hear is all internal. It's just our perception of the world around us. The question is then considered, if many people see one object, does that make the object real? Or is it just everyone locked into like some system of perception? What comes after life? Will we wake up in a lab with like completely different body properties on another planet maybe? Will it just be darkness that is never ending? Will we be reborn onto Earth generations later to a completely unrelated family? No one really knows. Before reality and life, we didn't know anything. Our consciousness was an empty void, and one day we were just born. Why couldn't that happen again? We were basically all just recycled matter. Maybe it isn't that deep though. We could just have one life here. One life that ends when it does, and that is all there is to it. The end of existence for the individual. If that is really all we have, then why do we spend so much time doing things we don't like? Shouldn't we all be free to roam the earth and do what we want for the few years that we have here? So Parmenides was a philosopher. He mainly studied the field of metaphysics. He's a pre-Socratic Greek philosopher around 475 BC, and one of his main beliefs and philosophies that he held was the fact that change wasn't real, and so in reality everything is made up of being. He thought that all was one. This meant that any kind of change was illogical. After all these considerations, who actually knows the truth behind the universe? Nobody out of the 7.8 billion people on planet Earth does. What we do know is that there are 125 billion galaxies in the universe, and they're ever expanding at an insane rate. One of the closest galaxies to us is known as the Andromeda Galaxy. The Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are moving towards each other until they will collide and combine in about 4 to 5 billion years. It would take 2.5 million years to get there traveling at the speed of light. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. And there are 125 billion galaxies. I am only referencing one, which is one of the closest ones to us. There is an insanely large number of the number of planets in the universe, and there are more planets in the universe than grains of sand on Earth, just to put it into perspective a little bit. A theory that is widely speculated and some people actually believe in is a simulation. Maybe everything that we experience on like a day-to-day basis is all generated by an extremely advanced computer system. I did not agree with this. It would be impossible even with the most advanced technology, and it would also be impossible to prove. The next theory I'm going to talk about is the dream theory. What if we were all just dreaming this reality? We have never met our real selves, but we think these skeletons are us because it's all we know. In my opinion, this is just as unlikely as a simulation. How could one dream be so vivid and long? Every person living complex and beyond intricate lives, but maybe I underestimate the unknown. What if we were engineered as a test? By higher intelligent beings, maybe gods, maybe just organisms that are more advanced than we are. Maybe they want to see how we would adapt and change our world, what our intelligence was capable of and how fast it could expand, see how we have progressed in their time range, see if we are a suitable option to advance the universe. I find this unlikely also, but more possible. So my take on it. We are living in a naturally generated universe that is ever expanding and infinite. Life is real, but it's dynamic. It has bendy rules and regulations. We are more connected with the universe than we think. Every person is born for a reason. The odds of us being here right now, any one of us, is about 1 in 400 trillion. The chances of you being alive right now are pretty much impossible. But you are here. We are all here. Life is more precious than you could ever imagine. So make it a good one.